How you doing, folks? So, wanted to do a reaction video. Not a very big one. It's not on any of the recent remakes, shitty remakes, such as films like The Crow, or which I heard Alien Romulus was bad, which I'm not reacting to that, or Deadpool and Wolverine, which also, by the way, while we're into that subject, I don't see how you can get Alien Romulus wrong. Really? You have a badass female lead like Ripley, and you have her blow away a fucking alien. How hard is that? With the Crow remake, and I don't want to get into that too deep, but with the Crow remake, first of all, I like Bill Skarsgård. I like him as our new Pennywise. I like him in Barbarian. I liked him in the John Wick film as our villain. I liked him in Hemlock Grove, which is it's a much older show, werewolves, vampires, things like that. Uh, but yeah, that was a good series. Watch Hemlock Grove, dude. Watch that one. And but yeah, this is my reaction to. I will not get into the fucking shitty Crow remake at all. I won't. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm talking about something different, something separate. I'm making a separate topic. That being Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 5, which has one of my least favorite characters, Andrea, who's so fucking annoying that I want to put a bullet in my brain when I watch her scenes. I'm sorry. I'm just gathering myself. Just oof, oof, oof. Okay. Um, the reason that I'm reacting to this episode specifically of Walking Dead is because I hate certain fucking characters in this season. We have Shane, who wants to fucking be the big boss. He wants to kill everybody. He wants to fucking take Rick's family from him. And well, Shane did have good intentions. The outcome wasn't very good, and Andrea just just I hate this character. I fucking hate this character. I'm gonna do my reaction right now. You'll see why I hate the character. I'll talk a little bit about that. Hitting play. Episode Chupacabra, Season 2, Episode 5, Walking Dead. We see that Laurie's hungry, Carl's hungry, and Laurie is hungry, Carl's hungry, and Ed, the abusive boyfriend of Carol, he refuses to give a child food. So that's another fucking jackass. Ed. He'll be walking Ed soon. So but yeah, they wanted food, and Ed told Carol not to give them fucking food, like a dipshit, because he's a piece of shit. Shane should have killed him, which another character that I hate, Shane. Okay, that's a little bit more complicated, I think. I would not say that I hate Shane. I do feel like there could have been some good character development because you could tell he was a good cop. So we could have had some good character development where he could have saved a lot of people. It could have been a situation like, okay, he was kind of a dick cop, but he wanted to save everybody, and he goes out of his way to do things. And we got that with Rick. We definitely got that with Rick. Where I wouldn't say he was a dick cop, but he was on his deathbed, so he didn't really have much control over the situation. And Shane saw that he was slowly dying, and it turns out he was actually living, and that really surprised the hell out of him because he is now in the midst of having an affair with his wife. So almost damn near having a fatherly bond with his son, Carl. And that's what this episode shows, is this flashback of Shane and Lori watching the city explode, which Shane knows that Rick is in the city in a fucking hospital bed, almost dying. The memory ends there. It was more of a dream sequence. They make it look like Lori was having that dream. This would be where everybody's living on Herschel's farm, living in tents, hanging clothes to dry in the sun. Shane being a psychopath, Andrea being a bitch, things like that. So, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video is because I wanted to discuss this a little bit. I wanted to discuss the characters that are fucking shitty in this show. That being Andrea, that being Shane. Those two so far. Well, I know about the others because I watched the whole series, but this is me reacting to this episode of the show because I just felt like it was something that had to be said, because everybody wants to act like Shane was a good person or he wanted to do right, but he really did not want to do right. He wanted to kill Rick. He wanted to be Carl's father. He wanted to take Rick's family from him, which he did try to kill Rick. He did. So we all learned that the hard way, didn't we? In fucking heartbreaking end of season 2, I believe. You can disagree, it's whatever, but I feel like Shane was a dipshit. He was a corrupt cop. Actually, I had a fight on Facebook with a guy, quite a few guys, because I mentioned that Shane is a very destructive, very self-destructive, psychopathic, corrupt cop individual, and people fucking lost it on me because I said he was a corrupt cop. Okay, first of all, there are corrupt cops out in the world. If you do not, have you not stepped outside of your fucking zone or what? There are cops like that. Shane, what I said was, Shane was literally a cop who would lose it in real world. He's the cop who would shoot someone in the face or tase someone for fucking no reason. That's just the vibe that I get off Shane. And they fucking lost it. The comments fucking lost it. And I was hated for that, so I'm always happy to make someone's day, you know. I'm always happy to make a positive impact on someone's day, so it's good that I can add some energetic um, thoughts to your life, you know. But I really do think Shane's a psychopath at this point. He is. At this point, Shane wants to fucking leave. He wants to just leave. Leave the fucking town. Just leave everything and just go. But Rick wants to stay. Rick wants to continue looking for Carol's daughter. Things like that. And Daryl's out. He's scavenging and he's looking. Putting his fucking ass on the line. And we got fucking dick faces like fucking... We got dick faces like fucking Shane. Just trying to stab you in the back. Like a fake friend. He's a fake friend. Stabbing Rick in the back. That's what he is. Which you could tell, which I also was laughed at in the comments that I made on a Walking Dead post on Facebook. I mentioned that you could tell Rick is a good cop, but you could also tell that Shane was a bad, maybe not necessarily a bad cop, but like a cop that could go out of his way to abuse his power and maybe hurt somebody a little bit too much, things like that. And those are important details. So I look at those details. I look at the way Rick acts, and I look at the way Shane acts. I can see a dickhead, and I can see one that's just trying to do the right thing, even though even you as the viewer sort of feel like maybe Shane might be right at times. But you know, you leave it up to the viewer and you see how they feel. I do feel like Shane had good intentions in the beginning. In fact, he saved plenty of people. He saved children. He saved plenty of people. His problem was the guy did not let his fucking ego got in the way of everything. He had a bad fucking ego. He was a psychopath. He tried to fucking kill Rick. He wanted to take Rick's family. There's an argument that when Rick was dying in the hospital bed, Shane left him there to die. But that's actually not the truth. Shane really tried to save him. Shane tried to save Rick. He really did. The problem was there were guys coming through with guns, unhinged, fucking soldiers. What choice did Shane have? He had to leave him there because he thought he was dead. Then he ends up getting with Lori. But it also makes you think, like, he had a thing for his best friend's girl. Like, okay, well, this is the best season of Walking Dead, in my opinion. Just saying. It's one of the best seasons of Walking Dead. I'll die on that fucking bridge. Like, literally. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say that, but I just the character that I wanted to discuss a little bit was Andrea, actually, because this is controversial probably, and I'll probably get hate for this. I'll probably get bashed, you know, told I'm ugly or whatever, things like that. I don't care fair. I'm pretty numb to it by now. But and this is just my thought on the character portraying. This is just my thought on not the actress, but the character she's portraying. That being Andrea, who wanted to kill herself, and Dale, who's a kind man and owns the trailer, and he has tools and guns and all things like that. Sort of a survivalist junkie with a trailer. And he took Andrea's gun because he thought she wanted to commit suicide. And what does she do? She gets fucking mad at him. She gets pissy with him because he doesn't want to return the gun to her. So she tells him that you did not save me. Like in the previous season, season 1, where they're in the CDC. They're in the CDC hospital, sort of. And they're locked in there and they're trying to get the fuck out. Andrea wants to stay. She wants to blow up in the building. But Dale doesn't want her to die because he cares about her. He becomes like a father figure to her. And that means something to him, but it doesn't mean shit to her, which you can see. And that's sort of hurtful. So you can see he wants to save her from killing herself. And she doesn't give a rat's ass that he wants to save her. She just cares about what she wants. That's the thing about Andrea. She cares about what the fuck she wants. It was never about anybody else. It was always about Andrea and what she feels all the time. And this is why I can respect characters like Daryl, who go out of their fucking way to protect people, protect children, throw themselves in front of children to fucking get torn up. Here we have Daryl in the water with a fucking arrow in his fucking, like, right through his back. Of course, with Daryl's successful survival skills, we see him cutting his fucking sleeves off of his button-up shirt, cutting his sleeves off, and he uses the sleeve as like a wound wrap, and he wraps his wound. I think maybe no, I'd be wrong to maybe pull the arrow out. Maybe pull the arrow out first. Maybe, I don't know. Pull the arrow out, cauterize it, then wrap it. That way it doesn't. Or you know what? This is the right way. I think about these things all the time. Like, should you pull it out first? Should you cauterize it? Which he did it right. He had it right. He did. The arrow's in his back. He wraps it. That's what you do. The fucking smart shit that Daryl does, like, his bow falls in the fucking river and he uses a stick. We see him using a stick and he's sort of like feeling it out to see where his stick fell in the water. He kills a bunch of squirrels. A bunch of squirrels. Makes a necklace and wears he has some fucking ears around him. He wears a fucking necklace of squirrel ears. So it's very unique. He's a very unique character. Likeable. A survivalist. He knows how to get shit done. He knows how to aim a fucking crossbow. He knows how to fucking murder you if you cross him. Which is Beta's downfall. So Lori's pregnant. Glenn's confronting her. because she doesn't want to tell anybody. But I don't blame her for not wanting to tell anybody because they'll just go and make a big deal out of it, and they'll probably overreact because we're in Zombie Nation now, and it's kind of a tough time to bring kids into the world, don't you think? So she wants her privacy. Again, I wouldn't say abort the kid, but I would say like maybe don't tell anybody right now. Rick's confronting Lori about something. Beth calls Rick, tells him that her father needs to talk to him. We have Daryl, like crippled as fuck, trying to crawl up a mountain. Which we see we see Merle, the imaginary Merle, which, okay, so another controversial opinion. Merle was awesome. I'm not gonna lie about that. Merle was awesome. If we could have just seen him, if we saw him when Negan was around and he was still there, he would have fucked that clan up. Those are my thoughts. Merle would have been a badass. He already was a badass. He was a racist, homophobic prick, but I feel like he had some colors to gloom along the way. Like he maybe he could have grew, and he had some hope. He could have became better, a little bit more likable. Maybe he could have liked some people more. Who knows? But no doubt he was a homophobic prick. Yeah, sure. He was a racist prick, homophobic, redneck, typical, country boy who knew his he knew his shit. He knew his shit. When it came down to it, he knew his shit. He sacrificed himself for the crew. He died defending the crew. And that's a big part of the show for me is like it's one of those shows where it's very, I want to say, what's the word, very diversity based, and there's a good moral behind it, and we have characters who act racist and they act like shitheads, but in the end they want to protect everybody. So it's like we're trying to take something which is a formula that we've seen with plenty of other stuff, by the way. So it's a little bit overused, but it's still interesting that we see this racist character change and try to save people. Like he saved Michonne. If you don't remember, okay, you can call Merle a racist prick, redneck, all you want, but in the end, he did let Michonne go. He let Michonne go, and he went and he attacked the governor's people, taking them out one by one, which was exactly what he wanted. He had to do. He knew in his soul he had to do it. So, in his soul, he just knew he had to do it for his brother, because he knew that maybe he made some mistakes along the way and they didn't have the greatest relationship. things of that nature. And they had a shitty relationship. They really did, if you watch. Like, you can tell that they're fighting in the woods and they're talking about what their father did to them, and Merle gets mad at Daryl, and then he pushes Daryl down, and then Daryl's got marks on his back, and Merle sees the marks on his back, and he's like, "But Dad did that shit to you?" Because their father was an abusive fucking prick. So, and this moment is all about Merle motivating Daryl in his mind to get up and um, wrap his wound, or not wrap the wound. I think he wrapped the wound, but again, we have Daryl wrapping his wound, putting some squirrels around his fucking neck as a necklace, and of course Andrea on the fucking RV, on the roof of the fucking RV. She sees Daryl coming up and she fucking shoots him. It's like, not only do I hate the actress, I hate her fucking demeanor, I hate her fucking attitude, I hate her fucking face. I hate Andrea. I hate her. I'll take every other character, literally. I'll take Shane over her. It, that's gonna that's gonna be controversial. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but I expect some snarky comments. I don't care. It's just she's so mean to she's so mean to Dale. Dale, who went out of his way to fucking save her life during a fucking massive explosion. He's like, I thought maybe you'd have a bit of gratitude because you saved her life. And she's like, gratitude? You took my choice away. I was not able to kill myself. You took my fucking choice away, Dale. And that just tells me that we have a very stubborn character, very stubborn piece of fucking trash character. Here we have Daryl eating some fucking squirrel. Tasty. Yummy. Cutting some ears off, making a fucking ear necklace. Squirrel ears. So that's different. We should get a Predator versus Daryl movie. No, sorry, Daryl versus Predator would be the right way to put it. But that'd be a good movie. I'd watch that movie. Would you? I'd watch that movie. I'd watch that movie. I would. Darylina. It's like Daryl's crippled. He's trying to get up the fucking hill here. It's not even a hill. It's like a cliff. He's climbing up a fucking cliff and he's fucking crippled. He's got an arrow in his fucking damn near through his kidney. I mean, if there's one thing that I can, like, if I can give props to one thing about this show, which I can give a lot of props about this show because I love Walking Dead, I do. But I'm gonna go ahead and give props to the gore because we have great gore. A lot of the time you see intestines and guts and just people's heads are ripped off and their stomachs are torn open, and they went all out with the fucking gore. So This was not a cheap show to do. Nothing about this was cheap. There was a big budget. It went far. People loved it. People liked it. The characters, the acting, the gunfights. There's a lot of gore. There's blood. There's good monster. Well, there's good infected zombies. Infected. What's the proper word? Infected. You know, people get mad if you say it wrong. Like, okay, what's the difference between infected and zombies? I don't know. Pretty much the same thing to me. I mean, again, I would say, I would have to say Glenn and Maggie work well. Herschel, what's going on with you and the Asian boy? I don't want to have to shoot somebody in the ass here or anything like that. I'm making a steak dinner tonight with baked potatoes. Have the Asian boy over. Sorry. Herschel says, don't get close to him. He's not going to be around forever. And he makes a good point because nobody is going to be around forever. What do we see? We see Glenn get his fucking head bashed in and his eyeballs just burst out. And very graphic death. I mean, really, that was a graphic death. Very graphic. And at this point, Dale's like a father. Dale's like a father to him. He teaches him how to do things with the trailer. He's a smart man. You can tell. You can tell he's a smart man. Sorry. This is a longer reaction video than I thought. Again, it's throughout our episode, so get Andrea as a bitch because she's gonna shoot fucking Daryl, which we see. I wanted to talk shit about Andrea. That's what I wanted to do because I don't like that character. I hate that character so much. It's like there was no heart to her. She loses her sister. Okay, I get it. You lost your sister and you have no hope left in humanity whatsoever. I get it. But it's like she's stupid too. You know, in the beginning we see that she doesn't know how to put a gun together, like the way you put a gun together. She doesn't know how to do that, and there's zombies taking over the fucking road, and she's in the trailer trying to fucking do her shit. But she's not thinking about anybody else. She's thinking about herself. She's thinking, what can I do for myself? And that is the definition of the character, pretty much. Is what can she do for herself? Because I don't find her interesting. I don't find her likable. The actress sucks. There's nothing about her I find likable whatsoever in any planet, in any time zone. As Lori says, you sit up there working on your tan with a shotgun in your lap. I've always loved that line. Because Andrea is a fucking selfish character. And I hate this part. Oh my god. I hate this part. I can't watch. Daryl was out looking for Sophia. Which you could half blame Rick for Sophia's death too, because he does leave her in the spot instead of just taking her. Just take her. Don't leave her there. Like, I never understood it. But I understand the zombies could have. He wanted to draw them away, so I get sort of. It's the third time you pointed that thing in my head. Daryl. And fucking Andrea takes your shot like a bitch. She doesn't deserve a gun. She does not deserve a gun. She doesn't. She's a stupid fucking character. There's no point for her. She's annoying as fuck. I hate her. I mean, you see other people are out there and they're not attacking him, and then you shoot him in the fucking head. It's like, just Dell was right to take the gun from her. The bitch did not need a gun. The bitch did not. I just, I hate the bitch. I really do. Just a slight bit more than Shane. So, because Shane saves people still, instead of fucking. Well, he fucks up, but he had. You could tell he had the training. Let's see. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that this doesn't make any sense yet. I'm trying to say that Shane meant well. He cared for other people at times. Well, Andrea cared about herself. She wanted a gun. She wanted to learn how to use a gun. I get that. You should definitely learn your. You should definitely learn your guns. You should. But she was about herself. She only gave a shit about herself. That was it. That was it. Her sister died. That was sad. But all she ever cared about was herself, though. She's a shitty character. She got mad at Dale for wanting to stop her from committing suicide. So that was pretty ignorant. It's like, why should I want to like this character? I don't want to like this character. Dale I like, and what do they do? They fucking kill Dale off. Have him gutted to death by a zombie, and it's like, they're gonna go in and kill the Peacemaker off, because Dale's our Peacemaker. He's the one who kind of talks sense into everybody, wanting to continue to create within the peace within the party, challenge everybody in their mind with their peace and their morals. You know, and Carl's about to die. Carl's in a fucking bed, ready to die because he was shot. That's right. He got in front of the deer, and of course, Shane goes to the school to get supplies with Otis, and he damn near kills off Otis. He leaves Otis to die by a horde of zombies. The worst way to die. That's the worst way to die. Falling off a cliff is more honorable to me than getting torn apart by fucking zombies. Way more. It's not very honorable. It's not very honorable to get torn apart by zombies. It's just not. It's like there's guts everywhere. You're getting torn apart, and you're screaming for your life, and it's just like. But yes, my most hated characters of Walking Dead are Andrea and Shane. As of this season, they are fucking dumbasses. They are dumb fucks. There's no reason for them, and they're fucking stupid. And they make stupid decisions, stupid calls. Andrea acting like she's good with a gun. And she wants a gun, and she wants to fucking shoot everything, and she doesn't care about anybody. She doesn't help with the laundry. She doesn't help with anything else. She doesn't help the other characters other than sitting on an RV and waiting for something to shoot. But that's not helping anybody. When Daryl, he does that stuff, but he actually goes out and he's scavenging and he's doing shit and he's grabbing some supplies. And she shoots him in the fucking head. Dumb bitch. I hate this bitch. And then later on, she bangs the governor. What the hell was that about? She bangs the fucking governor, dude. Fuck the governor and the stupid fucking eye patch. What are you? Fucking Popeye? Get the fuck out of here, man. Carol says that you're every bit as good as them. Meaning you're every bit as good as Daryl and Rick. Rick and Shane. As Rick and Shane. There's something ringing right now. What is that? What is that? What was that? There was something ringing. Sounded like a cell phone. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, no. Glenn's about to find out that there's walkers in the barn. Because he thinks he's gonna meet Laura. He thinks he's gonna meet Maggie in the barn, but there's walkers in there, so it's definitely not gonna happen. But she's running, trying to warn him, because again, Glenn's not as dumb as Andrea, but he is smart. Glenn's a far better character than Shane or Andrea. So Shane, who wants to fucking kill everybody, even though he had good intentions in the beginning. He did. I'll say that till the cows come home. He did have good intentions in the beginning. Of course, he did. Well, that's the end of the episode. That's my reaction. Andrea's a pile of shit. Shane's a pile of shit. Dale's a good man. Those are my thoughts. Carl's dying in a bed. That's sad. And Daryl got shot with a necklace of squirrels around his neck because Andrea's a fucking dumb bitch who wants to fucking shoot everything in sight no matter what. It was like she just wanted the fucking thrill of it. That's all she cared about. She wanted to fucking shoot something. But she did not stop to think about. She did not stop to think about the beautiful details of a gun. She wanted to use a gun, but she wasn't appreciating a gun. There's so many small, beautiful details when it comes to a gun and the way you load it and put it together and the way that it's like she didn't appreciate the art. She was appreciating wanting to shoot somebody. That was it. There is an art with guns that only the true ones know. So if you love your guns, obviously you know already, but I know I have my fair selection, which I won't want to make public really, but it's not something you really talk about. I don't feel like, ooh, here's my guns. I don't want to fucking scare people, but I do think that Andrea was trigger happy to begin with, and that's why she's perfect for Shane. Yeah, um, Shane was the guy who got drunk at the bar and then arrested people for a fucking DUI. Come on. But yeah, that's my fucking review, or my reaction of Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 5. That was it. Let me know what you think down below. And, just tell me what you think about this. Like, if you like the show, tell me what you think about it, too. I've done other reactions of this show, too. I've watched this show multiple times on this channel. I've talked about this show multiple times on this channel. Go back to my previous videos, you'll find it. It's deep in there, but it's there. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.